how it would be starting with the green Protoss player. In the lower left-hand side of the map from ECVisualize, the underdogs here today. Can they pull off a couple upsets? Let's see. It's POX, our green Protoss player. And in the upper right-hand corner, in the red, it is our Zerg player from Team Liquid. It's none other than TLO. I remember back in the day watching TLO's stream when he used to be Terran. Actually, I used to watch his stream a lot more back then. Had a lot more time back then actually. But yeah, TLO, very popular player, of course. Streams pretty much every day, right? Pretty sure he streams like more or less every day, and it'd be interesting to see if he can pull off the all kill here today, as a lot of people are expecting. A lot of people are talking about this match. A lot of people are saying Liquid win this 4-0. Doesn't really matter who they send out first. We think they're going to win 4-0. So let's see. I mean, Penguin actually pointed out on Twitter just a few moments ago that the entire main roster for ECVisualize is all Protoss players. And that is an issue, you know, in team leagues. If you don't have variety, if you come across someone whose best matchup is ZVP, if they literally, you know, if they just can't lose versus Protoss, if they're just having a sick day versus Protoss, it's not good. It's so nice to be able to kind of change up your roster a bit. And TLO just started off the pool first here, I think, already kind of indicative of how he's probably going to try and play out this series, not taking any risks, just playing nice and safely and making sure he doesn't slip up at all. So again, just a probe coming out here now for POX as he actually opens up a couple of gases off of a gateway, which is intriguing. So we'll see where he goes with this. Looks like he's just going to start popping down his pylon at the low ground and get ready to start up a wall down here. As again, TLO just going to now... Why do I keep saying again? Nothing's happened once for it to happen again yet. Okay, we're going to stop that. We're going to cut that out. So Hatchery coming down for TLO at his natural expansion. Just a pretty slow start to this game. Nothing too exciting happening. No crazy cannon rushes, no proxy gates. Just good old PVZ opening. So going to be a few moments here, I guess. Wait to see whether TLO decides to take a gas or not, and he may very well decide that once he gets in here with the Overlord and sees that it's a gateway expand or something along those lines. You know, he may decide at that point that's when he's going to take his gas. He could play gases, take that third hatchery as well. I don't see that all too often anymore against the gateway expands. 2 workers in each of the gases here for POX. And again, just both players setting up here early on. This Zealot is probably going to get cancelled, and their probe going down to the low ground will be able to put this natural down. There's the gas coming in just as TLO sees that gateway, so it's known what he's up against now. He's going to take that gas. Still takes a pretty fast third base as well, though, so just going up to these 3 hatcheries nice and quickly. A couple of lings will head out on the map as well, and 4 more being produced. Just going to get those out. Some nice early map control. Hunt around the map for some probes, see if there's anything hiding out there. POX yet to actually scout at all, so he doesn't really know what he's up against, and again, I mean, the Zerglings haven't seen a probe, so they want to be a little bit careful, you know, is there something out there which he's just hidden straight away to try and trick him or something like that. As these 2 Zerglings already doing a little bit of scouting. This Zergling is probably meant to be on the tower, but he's slacking off, and okay, there we go. He will go onto the tower now. And these extra 4 Zerglings, again, probably just looking to spread out around the map, spot for anything coming across, and shut down anything which attempts to make a pylon on his side of the map. When I say anything, most likely will be a probe, because they're the only things that can build pylons. Stargate then, going to be the tech choice here from POX, so straight away we're going to be able to see what exactly this game has in store for us. This first tech choice from the Protoss player pretty much will dictate kind of how the early game goes. There's still a couple of possibilities here from POX, you know, as to what exactly he wants to do. Probably will just be Phoenix. I guess it could, you know, he could go for an Oracle, but Phoenix are the most popular option from a Stargate opening, as 4 lings actually going into the coming into the wall here, and he's actually probably going to kill a pylon because there's just nothing at home. Zealot and Mothership Core turn around. A probe is being led up to the top left-hand side. He will lose this first pylon, and that's pretty huge. And not only that, he will allow these first 5 Zerglings into his base, and TLO is going to see not only an Oracle being Chrono boosted from that Stargate, but he's also going to nearly grab a sentry there. And Time Warp actually having to be used, and that's not how he wants to spend his early energy on the Mothership Core. Use that for later timings, or use it for recalls so you can apply pressure. TLO getting off to a brilliant start here in this game, and already in a pretty advantageous spot. An Overlord will spot this probe to the top side as well, so he knows that's there, and again, knowing it's there, he'll be able to probably, you know, guess that there's a pylon in this top left-hand side somewhere. Zerglin Speed will finish up here very shortly. These lings are still in the main base, guys. They're still just walking around, trying to see if they can get an extra damage, maybe jump on a probe or 2, if possible, as these Zerglins will find the pylon. Just a single Zealot warped in here right now. A single Zealot without any upgrades will just about be able to, okay, not actually deal with 4 Zerglings. Wow, I could not have been more wrong right there. Only kills 2 Zerglings, as these will be able to clean out that pylon. And again, there's a few Zerglings still at the front door, and they could grab that Zealot as well right now. Mothership Core coming up towards this top left side, as the Oracle has actually been completely deflected, not a single kill going down on that. So Oracle able to do nothing. Of course, TLO has invested in Spore Crawlers in each of his mineral lines, and he's going to fly through the Queen! And that will be 1 dead Oracle. And again, straight away here, POX just looking a little bit outclassed at the start of this game. Absolutely nothing going his way so far, and TLO cleans up that Zealot. Will just split up his lings once again. Just check again, just pylons anywhere. Is there any on the map? Because anything I can clean up, can I just deny this guy from being aggressive? A second Oracle has been made, which is a pretty big investment. We'll finally grab a drone kill. First drone kill of the game. In fact, yeah, first drone kill of the game. Joins them 13 Zerglings, which he has also picked up throughout the game, but not really too much to be proud of there. Rotoron is going to finish up very shortly for TLO as a Forge and a Robotics facility coming in as well as the backup plan for POX. So probably just looking towards a third base in the long run here. So looking for a macro game. I mean, if he's looking for a macro game, losing the early Oracles is really detrimental because they are your map control. You know, they are what basically keeps an eye on where the Zerg player is. And if you know where the Zerg player is, you can respond to him very easily. They're your scouting. You know, if you invest in 2 Oracles, not only do you want to get a couple of drone kills, but you want to keep the map vision with them. And this one is actually kind of stuck here between the third and the natural and the third. I mean, you can get out kind of easily as a Hallucinated Phoenix will get cleaned up, scouts into the main base and sees not too much really. The lair is coming down on the natural. And he has actually seen that as well. He saw that right at the end with that Hallucinated Phoenix. So he knows what's up. Roach Burrow has actually been upgraded here, as a few Roaches are being added on. So TLO just going to get that Burrow very early. And, you know, TLO, he's a very inventive player. So we'll see what he wants to do with that. I mean, Burrow has been a very popular way of dealing with 2 base all-ins lately in ZVP. Of course, you know, if your opponent doesn't have an observer, it's great, but there's so many other options for it as well. You know, Burrow Micro keeps some units alive. You can even, you know, Burrow, you know, if you get Tunneling Claws as well, which he won't get for a while, he'll need to get Roach Speed first. But he could go into that, and he could go into some Burrowed Roach harassment, and just generally try and be a little bit annoying. And that really does kind of, you know, it kind of is TLO's style, right? Kind of annoying, harassment-based builds, and so on. So quite excited to see how this Burrow is going to be used as just a bunch of Roaches on the way out right now. Hallucinated Phoenix continuing to scout as this Oracle has made its way out from behind this, well, from this dead air. I mean, not really that hard, just have to fly southwards. But it has made its way out, so again, we'll be trying to keep some map control with this. There's a lot of Roaches are coming across the map here. TLO on 68 drones is able to just kind of pump out units, and he's not interested in teching at all right now. There's no further tech coming up behind this. It's just a heavy commitment to Roaches here initially. Revelation will reveal these heading towards this these back rocks. A couple of sentries positioned here to be able to hold on a little while in case he does need to pull his army over. Most of the army positioned to the right now. You know, I kind of like POX's composition at this point in time. You know, he's got a couple of Immortals, and it's primarily just Roaches from TLO. And he's actually going to intercept a few Roaches towards the front of his natural here with with the majority of his army. So again, a Warlock at the top of this ramp and a couple of sentries able to drop the force field. So, you know, POX should just be able to defend this easily as long as he just drops the force fields correctly, and he'll drop that first force field no problem at all. And enough sentries here to be able to just keep a force field and that off. So. A couple more again warped in there, and a few, this army will have to be a little bit careful, because this is going to be a lot of Roaches, and they're actually going to come around from a couple of different angles. Some Roaches coming around this right-hand side. In fact, they may just be trying to go forward towards the third base, maybe not take a fight. As some probes transfer over to the third base as well. 60 supply difference right now, but of course, this is just pure Roach from TLO. He is teching behind this. Tunneling Claws is now on the way too. Infestation Pit coming up also. Force Fields do hit on the top of this ramp, and the Immortal here will help to defend as Roaches do run in towards this third base, and POX is starting to move out of position. He's moving towards this natural to defend, but he's taking a lot of damage on his third, and he's going to actually maybe lose the Nexus if he doesn't get back there in time, and he's just left way too much to deal with so little. 3 Roaches, that's not what you need 2 Immortals and 10 Sentries for. And at the same time, these Roaches still trying to push up this ramp. Not quite able to, but that burrowed Roach has been so annoying. It's providing that high ground vision. And, well, POX, if he'd only left his army over at the third base and used a couple of warp-ins to deal with the Roaches at the natural, he would have been defending this pretty much perfectly. He'd be in a great spot, but that's not the case. He has messed this up, and now TLO still moving forward with these Roaches. He's just going to burrow these here. He can just burrow through this force field now. There's no detection. Is there any... There isn't an observer, so there's no detection at all, so these Roaches are going to be well, they're just going to move straight forwards here. In fact, is this a complete wall-off? Yes, it is, but I mean, he can just come up on the ramp, and, you know, he can burrow under this force field now as well, and, ooh, we have a spike. Let's tab, because that sentry noise is very, very annoying. Alright, so guys, we're going to be continuing the game here in a few moments' time. Just a bit of a pause as Glide lags out of the game. +2 is about to finish for POX, but I mean, the damage is already done. Okay, I'm sorry, I really don't want to listen to that. The damage is already done. He's... okay, I keep clicking, I keep bringing that noise back. The damage is already done. He's lost his third base, and from there, this is just going to snowball. There's not really a better way to put it. He doesn't have any detection out, so he can't stop roaches just burrowing straight under his units either. I bet he must have seen the burrow, because there's a burrowed roach being given high ground vision for so long on this backdoor ramp. He must have known about it, so I'm just surprised. Here we go, back in game. As another force field drops down, a couple of immortals here, but I mean, again, there's no observers, and actually there's roaches coming up from the natural also, so everything in the main base is going to go down. Units coming across, these are the units that were trying to defend the third, but weren't really also successful. They're going to come into the main base now also. Thought an overcharge comes down, but I mean, there's just so many roaches. Robo facility falls as well. There's only 2 immortals left, and I mean, immortals, they're pretty good against roaches, but they're only so good, and behind this TLO actually going into the swarm host. I mean, in case the pure roach doesn't kill POX, the swarm host transition almost definitely will. As blinking down to the low ground here, these stalkers going to try and clean up the rest of these roaches, but unsuccessfully. And GG will be called, and TLO takes game number 1 there.